Scorpio, hello there, my beautiful friends. We're going to do your general tarot reading for early December 2024. Thank you so much for joining me today. You know, I appreciate each and every single one of you. So let's get right down to business and start you off with an oracle card here, just so we could dip our toes in the energy and see what's happening for Scorpio gang. I hope you're all doing fabulous and fantastic, my friends. Let's get it going here, my guides. Talk to me. What do we have for Scorpio in early December, Sagittarius season? What is the vibe? What energies, messages, insights can we take a little peek at? And yeah, we're just going to take a real quick look at this first card. Then we'll get into the full reading itself. At the very end, I'll pull you a bonus card from the Shadowland Tarot just to see what might be in the shadows or what shadow work you can lean into, which is always interesting. But let's get it going here. Let's rock and see what we got for Scorpio gang in early December. What's happening? What is the vibe? What's the energy swirling around us? For the Scorpio collective, please. What do we have here to lead us off? Cool. All right, so we do have the Little Mermaid card in position number 1. I have not seen her in quite a while, so I always like when she shows up. It's a nice future focused type of energy and card. Yeah, the imagination, the daydreaminess that you often get with water signs, but there's a lot of motivation with this card, and there's like a lot of future focus, which I love. Now, before we fully dive into it, if you're new here, I'll be speaking about the December subscriber surprise towards the end, so you might want to check that out. And also, if you could kindly illuminate that like button by tapping it right on its third eye, you know I'd greatly appreciate it. But enough of the promo, into the reading. Let's talk about the Little Mermaid card. So I'm sure most people watching this have seen the Little Mermaid movie a couple dozen times at least, right? I mean, it's a classic. So when I see Ariel here, notice the imagery is really interesting because the bottom is like beautiful. It's like gorgeous under the sea nature. She's half out of the water with her head in the clouds. So it does invoke that imagery of daydreaming and imagination. It's really great. But in the story of the Little Mermaid, notice she's a princess. She lives in a very beautiful place, but there's some place where she'd rather be. There's more that she wants to achieve. And listen, as part of the Scorpio collective myself, I know that a lot of us have some lofty goals or things that we want to do, things that we want to achieve, and that could be burning extra hot in the Scorpio collective in this time. So just know that your motivation for more could be heightened here with this card. And it's all about the future focus. So make sure you're planning accordingly. If there's things you want to accomplish, you plan accordingly so you could get the results that you want. But another thing with this card, with her head in the clouds, just know you might be prone to overthink in this time, right? A little more so than usual. It's creative too, but we're just going to leave it at that for now. Little Mermaid could chill right there. Let's see what tarot has this week. And yeah, I always say the first card here doesn't make or break the reading. It's just a little footnote. So I like that future focus. Let's get 3 tarot cards in the upright. Then we'll get into that intuitive juiciness. Shuffle it up one time here for Scorpio gang. What do we got? While we get this deck shuffled up and ready to go, let's talk about last week's reading. Now, the reading wasn't completely sunk, but the reading was titled A Big Problem. Okay, so even for the coming days and weeks, keep your eyes open. There could be certain things arising where like things could be going good, then a big problem arises and you have to solve that problem. I did feel like for a lot of Scorpios, there would be some bumps in the road in recent times. So we're going to hope that energy resolves. We're going to hope for a smoother type of vibe this week. But I mean, as you know, energy is very fluid. It's never set in stone. So only take this how it hits for you, because we could be seeing your vibe or someone that you're linked to. Let's get it going. 3 cards for Scorpio gang in early December. What is happening? Yeah, the deck is wanting to talk. The cards are trying to flip out already. Let's get 3 cards here for Scorpio. What's happening? What do you got for us? Thank you. All right. I mean, we're starting hot and heavy with that Knight of Swords here in position number 1. I do like this. I mean, I'm not going to comment too much on it just yet, but with my personal style of reading, I love to start with an action card. I do. Let's get a couple more out here. What do we got for Scorpio gang? Please. Thank you. Okay, lots of people. Lots and lots of people already. We got the King of Wands. They're all going in a very, very particular direction. Let's get one more. What do we got here for Scorpio gang? Empress. So why am I getting so many other people showing up in Scorpio's energy? This does happen from time to time, my friends. It does, where it's like, I'm trying to read for us, I'm trying to read for Scorpio, but we got all these other signs like in the energy. And there is a bonus here. There's the 4 of Cups, which is very common. It kind of ties in with that Little Mermaid we saw in the very beginning. But let's go through, let's talk about it. I'll give you some of the classical meanings and archetypes, then we'll get into that juicy intuitive stuff. So yeah, I always find it extra intriguing when I'm trying to pull for the collective and I'm getting other people, other signs Okay, like if you kindly look here before we get fully started, elementally it's intriguing to me because we're starting off with some air and fire. So air sign, fire sign, combine those are very explosive energies, which is common in Scorpio energies. Back here we have the Empress, which is Venus energy. That's Taurus, that's Libra. So it's like I'm getting people, lots of people here for whatever reason. Then we have this strong mental energy. Now that doesn't mean this is a bad thing, but I mean, it's very possible that this week's reading, for some reason, either you're going to be hypersensitive to the energies of other people, or like what's going on with them is very important to what's going on with you. It's like a puzzle that I'm feeling right now. So let's go through piece by piece and start to build this puzzle out. Position number one, the Knight of Swords, one of the fastest cards in the whole entire deck, right up there with the Chariot. So a portion of you, maybe you're connected to an air sign when the Knight of Swords is in the mix. Fast, aggressive, decisive type of action. It's moving forward, it's going quick. So whether this is an action that someone takes. Now, I always say with all knights, they do represent the realm of actions and what people do. So either something's coming at you quick or it's going quick. It's like either, I feel it's more magnetic. So I'm already picking up that you're pulling a lot of things towards you, or you could be pushing things away. I mean, it all really depends on your situation. The positives of this, I mean, knights are also messengers similar to pages, so it can be a talk, it can be conversational. That's been very big in the collective the past couple of weeks. Challenge when it comes to this Knight of Swords is that it is highly confrontational. It could represent situations and problems, angry people, or just like really type of energy, super aggressive. And listen, as part of the Scorpio collective myself, I know we could be aggressive sometimes and we don't respond best to when other people are being aggressive with us. So just be cautious with this, especially if someone's coming at you a little too hard. Okay, so we're going to have to look at this and see if this is a good Knight of Swords or one that we need to watch out for. Now, moving into the center, I mean, it doesn't slow down much here. We do have the King of Wands. Now, I always say kings represent control of their respective suits. So we got fire sign energy, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius, and the King of Wands is good at keeping one's passions under control. So controlling outbursts, controlling impulses, things that you want to do, saying, no, not right now. Can't do it right now. So for some of you might be practicing some patience with something, or someone could be doing that towards you. Now, the King of Wands is very entrepreneurial. It's a go-getter. So that's what I was saying in the very beginning, like with the Little Mermaid, like your goals, your aspirations could be very important, especially with the King of Wands here. But aside from keeping one's attention in the right place, I mean, that could be a message Spirit's trying to say, like Scorpio, try to keep your attention in the place where it serves you the best. Don't get distracted. Don't fall off course. The challenge with the King of Wands could represent unpredictability. You know, it's a fire energy, especially with the air right next to it. So this is energy where it seems like it's on course or it seems like it's under control, but is it really? That's the vibe I always think of with this King of Wands, because it's like just very out of nowhere, unexpected, surprising stuff. Now, we'll come back to him. Again, I'm not sure how these energies are playing right now. We will see. But on the back end here, we have the Empress, one of the best cards in the whole entire deck. Now you notice she has a pregnant belly there. She has the pomegranates all over her dress. She does represent blessings, abundance. Cup runneth over. It's beautiful. I think of wins and victories. It's lovely Venus energy. Talks about the pleasures of life. Smooth types of energies. But again, some of you, this could represent a mother figure. For some of you, this could represent a Taurus. For some of you, it could represent a Libra. But the main thing I think of with her is blessings, abundance, and good things. But again, people, lots of people energy that could be affecting you in a very big way. The issue with the Empress is that sometimes it could be an energy that smothers a little bit. It could be an energy that's very stubborn sometimes as well. So we'll have to watch with that. And on the back end, we do have the Four of Cups. This is a bonus card. So again, it's not a major player here, just another footnote. And you see this person, they're under the tree snoozing. To me, this is a card of mental activity. So again, I mean, don't daydream a little too much. Don't live in fantasy land a little too much. And there might be a tendency to overthink a little more so than usual in this time when this card is here. I mean, for some of you, maybe you're just mulling something over. Maybe you got a situation on your mind and you're thinking about it a lot. But we'll just leave it at that. I want to dive deeper. Let's jump in and clarify. Okay, let's get a good shuffle here. What do we got for Scorpio gang? And yes, this is where I go intuitive, which means I just tell you how it feels to me. So feel free to do further research or rely on your base knowledge of tarot, because as you know, every single reading is about the reader's interpretation, and I'm just giving you mine. Let's go in on that Knight of Swords. Oh, and yes, if you're a reader yourself, please feel free to play along. That's why the box is here. If you're feeling any messages you want to give to Scorpio gang, you can drop it in the comments. I don't mind at all. All right, Knight of Swords, what's up? Why is that Knight of Swords here? Is the Knight of Swords in the mix? There we go. Whoa. Okay. All right, so we do have the Ten of Wands. This is an energy that does not likely give up. Okay, this is a very intense energy to deal with. Okay, I'm not going to say this is a problem. It could be a situation that does need attention. It does need tending. So again, for some Scorpios out there, there could be an important situation at hand that you really need to keep your focus on, because look, this king is looking over at that. And again, I'm not necessarily saying it's you, but when I see the 10 wands underneath the Knight of Swords, it does feel very disgruntled to me. So you might be, I feel like this is where the message splits. Either this is a situation that you should definitely keep tabs on or keep an eye on it, or two, this is someone you're connected to that feels very disgruntled, angry, aggressive. There might be someone you're connected to that is not going through the best time right now. And so either they're angry or aggressive. That's just how it feels. Now, the 10 Wands is a bit of a burden. There is a ton of determination. So similar to what we saw in the very beginning and multiple times in here, your motivations, your goals, your aspirations, keep chasing them. Don't give up on things like that. Like, keep your plan secure and keep it moving. But in regards to other people, this is someone that's not having as good of a time as you. That's what I just want to say. So whether they are aggressive, whether they are angry and mad, whatever it might be, to me, it's like, all right, well, they're not having that great of a time. And that could, you might be empathetically feeling that. Okay, that's just how this feels to me. Let's keep moving forward. It's either that or a situation you just need to keep tabs on. We'll talk about it more, either an important or serious one that you should just keep tabs on it. Keep it in your awareness. I was seeing this for other water signs too. But let's go in on that King of Wands. Let's see what the focus has. Why is the King of Wands here? Thank you. And another person. Doesn't surprise me. We have the King of Cups, aka Kyle of Cups himself, without a beard, holding a goblet, but he is in reverse. Oh no. Okay, Scorpio. I do feel like this is an important warning here, or a serious warning. Now, again, speaking Scorpio to Scorpio, right? I know that for a lot of us, we're good at keeping our head on straight. If things are happening around us, we're usually good at knowing when and how to react to things. But when I see our card in reverse underneath this King of Wands, to me, it's like you might get to the point with somebody or a situation where you might just let them have it. Like, it's giving me that kind of vibe. So again, it doesn't have to be a bad thing. I just feel like for the Scorpio collective, we're probably going to be a little more aggressive in the coming days and weeks than we normally are. And we're usually kind of aggressive at a baseline, if we're being honest with ourselves, right? It's all Scorpios here except for the cross watchers, right? So when I see this, it's like, all right, just watch your aggression, because people might be taking to that a little different. Like, even if you're not purposely trying to act aggressive or anything, like, you might be, I don't want to say you're rubbing people the wrong way. I just feel like you might be extra, like, you have that extra oomph to you. You have that extra pizzazz where your energy is just super intense, more so than usual. Okay, because this does not feel like a soft energy in the center. And I do feel like that's a warning. I do, whether it's, we could call it an important or serious one, because there is, like, if there is somebody that ruffles your feathers a little too much, they might catch the stinger. Like, that's just how it feels to me. Because I was like, yeah, they're not having a great time, but if they let their rough time affect your good time, stinger. I don't know why it's Scorpio. Just take it for what it's worth. Maybe it won't happen, am I right? But to me, it just feels very prominent here. So watch the temper. Let's keep moving over to the High Priestess. Lots of people. Lots of people. So maybe some Scorpios just need a little bit of solitude too. If you start feeling a little claustrophobic, just get yourself a little alone time. Let's go in on the Empress. Let's see what she has to say. Just super aggressive. Super, super aggressive. Because it's like coming in hot, and this one's like, oh yeah? Okay, you want to see aggressive? I'll show you. Yeah, Knight of Cups in reverse. Another one of our cards in reverse now. I don't see you coming out on the losing side here. I mean, we could call that a silver lining, right? I mean, that's another one of our cards showing up in reverse. You may have a very clear image coming into mind about how you want something to go. And if that's not right this second, it's probably going to happen in the near future where you're like, okay, this is what I need to do. This is what I want. This is how I'm going to accomplish it. If anything possibly gets in the way of that, that is going to be an issue, because I don't feel you quitting. I don't feel you giving up. I feel like, and again, if you're a cross watcher, it could go both ways, but it's someone that is dead set on something. It is like, no, this is how it needs to happen. This is what is going to happen, and I will not have it any other way. So whether it's you that are being very inflexible about what you want, or it's someone else you're connected to that's being very inflexible, that's just how this feels. Now, these are good cards on the back end, even though the Knight of Cups is in reverse. It's taken a bit of a softer approach. So I do feel like, I mean, this isn't anything catastrophic. There is a warning here with all this aggression that we're picking up. But with all these people getting their energies in the mix, I feel like it is very important, Scorpio, to just take a step back. Like if you're feeling claustrophobic, if someone is making you feel that way and you feel like you're about to pop off, just take a step back, because this energy, I do feel you getting what you want, though. I mean, that's a good thing. This reading's going off the rails. Okay. That's why I'm saying, like, just be cautious about the energy this week. I think it is an important warning that we're seeing here, because there's so many people, there's so many energies, and it's like making me wild right now just trying to read it. So let's just go into the recap, please. You could take a picture if you want while we're recapping. But in position number 1, before the shadow card, just so many people, so many energies. We have the Knight of Swords with the 10 of Wands right here on the front end. Now, I did say there could be a situation or something that you should keep tabs of, like just keep it in your awareness. Like you don't have to be all over it. But I was also getting the vibe that there could be somebody you're connected to where they're not having a great time. Just watch out for their tough things or their tough time affecting you, because you might be empathetically feeling it, or it could be directly affecting you. Moving to the center, we have the King of Wands with the King of Cups in reverse. Someone might catch this stinger. I did say this is an important warning that you might either unknowingly be coming off a little more aggressive than you realize to people, or people could be responding aggressively towards you. It just feels a very tense type of energy. So I feel like this is an important or serious warning here that energy could pop off. That's just how it feels. On to the back end, we have the Empress with the Knight of Cups in reverse. Yeah, I do see you getting a positive result in the end, but at the same time, I also feel like someone who's like dead set immovable about something. So whether that's you drawing a line in the sand and saying, no, this is what it's going to be, I accept nothing less, or it's somebody else that draws a line in the sand, there is somebody that has a certain expectation or will. So please screenshot that if you want to look into it further. Let's see what's in the shadows. Like I said, there's a lot of energy here. It's making me feel all sorts of different ways. Let's see what's in the shadows. So let's get a shuffle here. And yeah, I always like to pull a shadow card at the very end just to see whether it's something within you or something you don't quite see. Shadow cards don't always have to be a challenge. They could be a good thing too. So let's get you one. Oh, and yes, if you made it to this point in the reading, please feel free to check out channel memberships. I'll put a link for it in the comments below. It's a beautiful way to support the channel, and I have much love for all my channel members. Okay, let's get your shadow card out here. Wrap this up. What do we got for Scorpio? Thank you. Okay, Page of Wands. Surprise, surprise, another person, right? So it's like we've had a theme throughout all this. I mean, maybe you're going to be more popular. I wasn't getting that magnetic energy I usually get when I get a ton of core cards. To me, it just feels like a whole bunch of energy, a whole lot of fire. So a whole lot of energy that could really go wild, like I've been saying a couple times now. The Page of Wands is similar to the King of Wands. It's a conversational type of energy. It's coming in hot. So whether this is a conversation someone's bringing to you or it's a conversation you're going to bring to them, I feel like this shadow card is just throwing more individuals into the situation. So watch out for weird group dynamics or pulling people into your issues or people pulling you into their issues. I feel like that's important. Now, another thing with the Page of Wands, the shadow side of this card, is that sometimes it could tap itself out of energy. So again, if you feel things getting too tense, you feel things getting too wild energetically, it's very important to just step back and conserve when we see this Page of Wands. Okay, so yeah, Scorpio, that's what I have for you this week, my friends. Good luck to you. Don't click away just yet, though. I'm going to give the details of the December subscriber surprise. If you would like to book a personal reading with me, you can check out my digital calendar and book one at my website, mastermetaphysics.com. But for the December subscriber surprise, I'm giving away 3 copies of one of my favorite decks, the Everyday Witches Tarot. So if you'd like to get your name in for this, 2 simple things, as always, my friends. First, you must be subscribed. And second, let me know down in the comments, what do you want Santa Claus to bring you this year for Christmas? You'll be entered to win, and at the end of the month, the winners will be announced in my community tab. As always, my friends, much love, and I'll see you soon.